Hello? You guys hear me? There we go. I think that works. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Everyone have a good day? Oh, drop my phone. Everyone have a good day trading? I think we did pretty well. I'm up $722 today. So not too shabby for trading some shares. Not too bad. Let me stream my screen. Okay, so the point of today, I want to start doing basically like a workshop live stream every single Tuesday, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. But the goal behind this is to basically do a live stream focusing on things that are important when it comes to trading and investing that you guys need help with. That's the goal here, because essentially I know sometimes people don't have time to look at some of the different modules and different courses that we have on. Can't hear you. Is it just me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me now? You on YouTube? Okay, maybe. Okay, hang on. Let me just exit out of Discord and then get back on Discord. Victor, I can hear you. All right, cool. Says connecting, but it's not working. Okay. Everyone, Discord live stream is not working. Please go over to YouTube. Boom. All right, I am gonna get off of here and we'll just do this on YouTube. So if you guys, please respond on YouTube too, so I can see, because I'm not gonna have Discord open. I will not have Discord open, so please respond on YouTube. All right, cool. All right, there we go. Nestor, what's up? I can hear you. All right, thank you guys. All right, cool. All right, so let's do that. Let's just get rid of this. And all right, so the point is essentially every single week, what I want to do is talk about and go over different things you guys are having problems with and kind of doing like a bit of tutorials and stuff. So what I'm really looking to do is like I said before, people I feel have problems sometimes with doing courses on their own, or potentially you might just have questions, or you might be stumped. Maybe I didn't do that good of a job within the courses that I've made teaching specific things, or maybe you guys need to elaborate on specific things. So that's what we're trying to do here. Oh, let me turn the heat off. So that's the goal. That's the goal. I want to do whatever you guys are having problems with, I want to talk about. So today specifically is going to be going over Blackbox, because if you're somebody here who has bought Blackbox, which a lot of you guys have, it's pretty cool. And you might, if not, you might just need to read some of these things that I'm printing out. So who here knows? I have a tech question. Do it up, Jonathan. Oh, that's the wrong tab. Boom. Oh, I got 14 people on here. That's cool. Okay, Jonathan, so yeah, throw out your tech question, I'll answer it. But essentially, the goal is today to go over Blackbox and to go over, number one, how to use the software. So if you are somebody who has it, how to use it. And number two, if you're somebody who doesn't have it, how to read the stuff that I'm putting out there. Because you, even though you feel like you might not need to actually know how to read these sheets, you really do. It's extremely important, because if I just say flow's looking good, right? You're not going to have an understanding of, like, maybe you don't even know what flow is, or maybe you're not going to understand how to read these appropriately, because sometimes you'll just see a lot of calls, a lot of green, and then what might end up happening is you might think that that's a good thing, but really maybe someone's selling calls, maybe they're calls that don't matter to the potential trade that you're in. So that's why this is important. All right, Jonathan, if you can't do a day trade, does a stop limit count as a day trade if stopped? Yes, it does, Jonathan. Yeah. Even if it's after hours, it counts as a day trade. Now, the reason day trades are a thing, so for anybody who doesn't know, the reason the 3-day trade rule exists, why do you think? Why is the PDT rule a thing? Why do you guys think the PDT rule is a thing? They suck. Okay, yeah, so the PDT rule is a thing because the SEC, which is the Security Exchange Commission, they say that they want to stop new gamblers to end up not gambling away their money. So essentially, say you're somebody who just started trading, they don't want you to gamble away your money. They want you to have $25,000 or more to put in the market, and this way it's going to sway away gamblers. Well, guess what? No. The reason that there is a PDT rule is essentially because getting rich would be a lot easier if there wasn't, I shouldn't say getting rich, but growing your account would be a lot easier if PDT rule wasn't a thing. And so in my opinion, a lot of it, they say it's to sway away gamblers. I think a lot of it also too is just to not, everybody can't make money. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't have a high net worth. And market manipulation. Yeah, exactly. It's the same reason why there's halts a lot of times. A lot of times there's halts because they're trying to cool off the market, but really it's just because they're manipulating and the big money can get out. All right, so let's go over Blackbox. So when you purchase Blackbox, or if you've seen any of my posts, this is what it looks like. There are two sides to it. So there is the stock side, which is what you'll see here. Then there's the option side, which you'll see here. We're going to start with the stock side. So first of all, we have a little chart. The charting kind of sucks. There's one cool thing about the charting is that it has this little Blackbox stocks dark pool volume profile here, right here. Now, one thing you guys need to realize is that you can get all the information that you see here 100% for free. You do not need to pay for Blackbox in order to get access to this information. You can go on the Security Exchange Commission and you can see exactly what the flow was for the day. Actually, and I'll put it here, you can actually type in our Discord, if you go to the Blackbox section, you can type !flow and then type in your ticker. So !flow Tesla. If you take the command I just put in YouTube and you put that in our Discord, anywhere actually in our Discord, but don't junk up the general chat or anything. Put it in the technical analysis bot or put it in the Blackbox section. That will actually tell you what the flow was. But here's the catch: it's a day late. So I'll show you what the flow was yesterday. So here's the thing: if you're a swing trader and you trade time frames that are 2-3 months out, you don't need to pay for Blackbox. You don't need this information live. You really don't. But there are a lot of times, for instance, that I end up taking a trade, and then if you would have waited to get that information, it already would have lifted off. So in my opinion, for me specifically, this is worth it. If I was somebody who was a swing trader and I had a full-time job and I couldn't look at the market the way I look at the market, I probably wouldn't have Blackbox because I can get access to all of the flow 100% for free that night after work, and I just have to look for the swing trades that are setting up. Howdy, what's up, brother? So this setup is how you'll see it. You'll see the top 10 gainers for the day. You'll see top 10 decliners for the day. Yesterday's top 10, today's top 10. And you'll have a little chart right here, but I don't really use the chart. As well, you're going to have in this section right here what's called your volatility indicator. All it is if you go to your Thinkorswim, you guys should be able to see. Okay, so if you go to your Thinkorswim, you can see my Thinkorswim here, and you click the little tab on the right that says time and sales, and you look at this, that is all that little indicator is on their thing. So if you go to your time and sales and you go to level 2, that is all the volatility indicator is. That's it. So their volatility indicator is like a proprietary indicator that basically goes off of the buying and the selling. So basically it's going off of your level 2. So when the ticker is between the greens, it is in a bullish trend. When the indicator is between red and yellow, it's in a bearish trend. Really, they use it a lot for day trading. I'm not a day trader, so I don't really trade. It's going to show you the ticker, which is Apple, AAPL. It's going to show you the bid right now. It's going to show you the ask. It's going to show you the last. It's going to tell you what the volume was. So today, 90 million shares. And then it's going to tell you what the change from yesterday was. So Apple actually ended up today down 0.1%. You're going to see a little tab right here for real-time news, which I don't use that one. I will show you the news one I use. Then you're going to see an alert log right here. This is your freaking bread and butter, is this alert log. This alert log alone will make you a shitload of money. As long as you trade appropriately. And here's the thing, nothing that you're going to get here at Blackbox, like I work for them or something, but nothing you're going to get at Blackbox or on this site is going to make you an amazing trader. It's not. It's just going to give you the tools, and then what you do with the tools, that's what's important. So every one of these colors means something, and we're going to go over that. So if you come up here and you hit this little button, this little question mark, and you click it, it's going to tell you what they mean. So for instance, white, price spike alert. These are usually day trades, by the way. All of these, except for the gold and this pink, are going to be day trades. But the white, this is alert that's triggered when a stock is experiencing a rapid increase in price in a very short time frame. The percentage of the price increase required to trigger this type of alert is calculated in proportionate to the stock price. The stock must also continue in its upward trend after the initial trigger. Before a stock can receive this trigger and an alert in this category, it must meet a minimum dollar and volume requirement, which is calculated by our systems. I don't pay attention to any of these. Essentially, red is going to be a rapid decline, and then these blue ones, which are the other ones you'll see right here, these are all pre-markets. I don't trade these. These are all day trades. You can see ZOM was one that called out. They called this out at 8:43 in the morning. If you would have bought in, you would have made about, I can't see what that is, 8:43. Let's see what that would have been. ZOM. Hold on, I gotta turn my after hours on. So 8:34 in the morning, 8:34. So you would have bought in at $1.09 and you could have made 13% returns today. But I don't use this because for me, I'm just not gonna sit here and day trade all day. And honestly, they're not that accurate. Their day trading is not really that accurate, so I don't really touch it. One thing I really like though are these gold indicators. If you can see, these gold indicators are like really, really, really good. This essentially, and we'll go back and I'll show you what they require. So this alert only occurs after the market's open and is triggered when there's a large accumulation of a specific options contract in a particular stock within a single day of trading. A minimum dollar volume threshold must be met for this particular alert, and while the majority of our alerts are used for intraday and short-term swings, these alerts are often used for longer-term trading strategies. So Uber was one of the ones that came across as one of these gold alerts, and it's up 15% in the past 7 days. GM was another one that came across. Now, it doesn't mean, and I'll make this a little smaller, it doesn't mean that if, it doesn't mean that essentially if a gold alert comes off, it's easy money. That's not what that means. In order for me to take the position, I need to have a really, really good setup on top of that gold alert, and I need to have a good risk versus reward ratio. So let's take a look at something, for instance, like Uber. Uber had a really good setup. gold alerts came off. We had a big bull flag pattern. We had a really good risk versus reward ratio. And I really like this. That's why I took it. Let's look at GM. GM, same setup. I really like that. But here's another one that came out today. JWN. JWN is one that came out. Yes, JWN could continue to rip. However, for me, I don't want to play this JWN play because I feel like there's just not much more meat on the bone and it's not worth my risk versus reward ratio. Let's take a look at something like, what was another one that came across the scanner today? FTI. So FTI came across. Once again, I'm not going to be playing this. Even though it's looking like it could break out, I'm not going to touch it. Tesla, another one that came across. Looking like it could break out, but it's up so much, I'm not going to touch it. So in order for me to take the position, it has to be worth my risk in order to do that. And it has to be setting up really well. Also, I saw too a question. What is a halt? A halt is when the stock market literally stops the trading of a stock for a certain period of time, usually 15 minutes. It happened to the S&P 500 twice in the crash. Okay, great question. So does having gold have something to do with the term flow? Okay, so flow is just, and let's take a look at this now. So those are your alert logs, and then over here, we'll talk about this real quick. This is your alert stream. So I set this up to watch for dark pool movement. So for instance here, let's take a look at Delta or United Airlines today. Flow is just the amount of options that are coming through. What are the options for the day? Now, Black Box is not going to show you every single options trade that comes through because it would be chaotic and unable to read. What Black Box is going to show you is the important ones that came through. So does everybody know what open interest is? Does any, I should say anybody before I said everyone, does anyone know what open interest is when it comes to options? Okay, so if you guys know, you can type it out, but I know we're a little delayed here on YouTube. But open interest is the amount of contracts that are currently being held today. So Moshe, yeah, the amount of people holding contracts. What you have to realize is when a contract is written, it's not written a week before. So if you're trading a weekly, that contract was written like 2 years ago, right? So if you're writing a contract right now from scratch, you're writing a contract not for a week from now, you're writing a contract for years from now. These contracts have been out for a while. And open interest is the amount of people who are holding these contracts currently. Volume is the amount of contracts that are being traded today. So when you have a white one of these, this is showing you that there is a lot of volume in the day, but it does not mean it hit the open interest. So let's say there's 10,000 open interest on these United Airlines calls. This had about 5,000 or 6,000 volume. That's a lot of volume, but it didn't hit the open interest number. However, if you look at this gold alert is the best alert you can get. This gold flow shows that not only did it hit the open interest, but it fucking went above the open interest. And most importantly, it went through with one order. So this means, like, let's take a look at this, right? This is a 2/12/2021 call. Let me make this a little bigger for you guys. So this is a 2/12/2021 call. And let's take a look at United Airlines options chain. You guys aren't going to be able to see me doing this. But if we go to the United Airlines options chain, I'm looking at February 12th, and I'm looking at the strike of $51. So $51 strike, the open interest was 15 contracts and the volume was 642. And you can see right here, this person bought 500 contracts of that, 500 of those contracts, which is insane. There were 15 people holding, and somebody bought 500 of those contracts today, which is huge. Now, if we look at something like a purple, let's look at like Uber. If we look at a purple, the purple means that the open interest, there's more volume than open interest, but it wasn't from one person. It was from multiple different sources. But these purple and these golds are the most important ones that you can see, because it's showing that there is a ton of volume, more volume than normal on that specific one. Now, something else you want to see, and let's just go through reading these, because this is what I really want to go over, because this little snippet here is what I post for you guys. So for you guys to learn how to read these are extremely important. So time, this is the time that it came through. So for instance, the first one came in at 3:52, 3:38, 3:34. This is the time it came in. The symbol, Uber, obviously. Expiration, this is the expiration date of the option. So for instance, 1:15, 1:15, 1:15. Do you think somebody who's trading a 1:15 option is swinging or day trading? Somebody who is trading an option that expires in 3 days, are they swinging, or do you think that they're day trading? They're day trading. So we'll talk about reading this a little further. But for instance, if I see a ton of 1:15 calls and I'm a swing trader, I don't care about that. I want to see calls that are like a month from now. So you're right, Moshe, they're day trading. This is the strike. So $61, $60, $60, $50, exactly. So CP, this is call or put. This is a call, obviously, and reds are put. Spot, this means what is the actual price they paid for the contract. Oh, I'm not sorry, the price they paid for the contract. The spot is at what price was the underlying stock, in this case Uber. What was the price that Uber was trading at? $58.76. Now details, this is important. Can I zoom in a little bit here? It's not going to allow me to zoom in. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're zoomed in a little bit more. Where it says details, the number before the @ symbol, that is the amount of contracts they bought. So this person bought 200 contracts. This person got 200 contracts. This person got 213 contracts. This person got 153 contracts. This person got 500 contracts. And then where it says @ that's the price they paid for the contract. So this person got 200 contracts at 54 cents a contract. This person got 200 contracts at 93 cents a contract, or $93 a contract, because you're timesing it by 100. Now, these numbers at the end are like the most important thing you guys need to take away from here. So A, what do you think A means? $200 contracts at 54 cents A. What does A mean? What would that stand for, do you think? No wrong answers. Alpha, not bad. Ask, yes. So ask is correct. So this person, so for those of you who know, does everyone here know what a bid and an ask is? If you don't, there's nothing wrong with it. But be honest, so this way I know if I need to cover this or not. Does everyone know what a bid and an ask is? Because if you guys don't know, I can go over that too. Yes, everyone knows. Okay. If you guys don't know, just let me know, because we are like 20 seconds delayed, I think. No. Okay, Brian doesn't know. Okay. So a bid and an ask. There's a bid and there's an ask on stocks, and there's a bid and there's an ask on options. So let's say I'm buying a house, and let's say that Brian, you're selling a house, and you listed the house and you're selling the house for 270 grand, and I offer to buy it from you for $250,000. The bid is what I'm offering to pay, and the ask is what you're willing to sell it for. And the money between it is called the spread. So if you're asking to sell a house for 270 grand and I'm bidding $250,000, the spread is $20,000. Now, if I'm the only buyer, well, we kind of have a problem. We're going to have to meet somewhere in the middle, or the house isn't getting sold. However, if there's 700 other buyers and they're offering you 269, they're offering you 270, they might be offering you 280, they might really want the house and they'll give you more money than you're asking for it. Right? That is your volume. So volume is the amount of buyers and sellers. The ask is what somebody is offering to sell it for. The bid is what somebody's offering to buy it for. So when somebody gets in an option at the ask, that means that they are going to give you exactly what you want for it. So say you're selling an Xbox on Facebook Market for $220, and somebody's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just give you the 220. Like, I just want to buy it. I'll give you 220. That's a good sign, because that means they don't care what the price is. Like, they'll just pay you whatever you want, which is huge. That's a really good sign. So when somebody gets in with an 200 contracts with an ask, that means that they just want to get in at the price you're selling. They don't really care. What do you guys think AA means? So you can see right here on this one. This one right here, the very top one, you'll see. This one's a 115. They bought 204 for a 45 cents a piece, 46 cents a piece. And it's AA. What do you guys think AA means? We know A is ask. So what would the other A be? Above the ask. And above the ask is so important. Why? Why is seeing that somebody filled above the ask so important? American Airlines could be that too. but why is that so important? It's important because that shows that whoever put that order in doesn't give a shit what you're offering to sell it for. They want to get in. More conviction. Exactly, Mo Money. Exactly. So say I'm selling not just an Xbox online, but I'm selling a Gears of War special Xbox for $220. And Moshe's like, yo, listen, my little brother, like, he loves Gears of War, but I don't even care. Don't sell it to anybody else. I don't want you to sell it to anyone else. I'll pay you $240 instead of $230 or $220. Right? He has a lot of conviction, and he wants that Xbox. In this case, these people just want to get in. So when you see AA, that is like the holy grail. When you see a gold alert that's AA, that is huge, and especially when it's a ton of money. And we're going to go over GM because that was a huge play. But that shows you they don't give a shit what it is. They just want to get right in ASAP. Silly question. When you say contract, you obviously don't mean shares, right? No, a contract is an option. You're buying an option contract. So AA is extremely important. So AA means above the ask. Now, you're not going to be able to see it here, but let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see if I can find Sebastian. If you're on here, I don't know if you are. You posted something earlier that had a BB and a B. Do you know what stock that was? It's very rare. I see them. I think you posted a stock that had a BB. So a sweep, you'll see sweeps and blocks. A sweep means that the order got filled all at one time. So like, you know how sometimes you'll set an order, but like, let's say you were ordering $100,000 worth of calls, you're not going to get filled all at once usually, unless you do ask, like at the ask. So a sweep means it all came in at once. A block means it got filled in different orders. On my apps, I can't buy and sell options. This is why I'm not keen on them. No problem. But listen, here's the thing. You don't have to trade options. You just need to follow the flow. So for instance, like if you look at General Motors, we'll talk about this. If you would have just taken General Motors shares, you would have made 12% returns in the past 3 days. You know what I mean? You don't have to trade options. It's still showing you the big flow. Well, here's the thing. I can't find it, but sometimes you guys will see here. If it says B, what do you think B means? So if A meant ask, that means they're getting in at the ask. What does B mean? Black box. What is Black Box's sticker or ticker? The box? I forget. Bid. Yeah, so it means bid. Exactly. What do you think BB means? Now, here's the thing. If you see B means they're selling their calls. So if you, below the bid, exactly. So if you see like a ton, like here's where people can get fucked up. Say you're looking at something like this, United Airlines, and you're like, dude, there's nothing but calls. Look at all these calls. Well, here's the thing. If all of these say B and BB, that means all these people are selling their calls, which means they're bearish on the stock. So that's what you have to watch out for. But I can't find any examples. So that's what's important, B and BB. You need to be careful of that. What else? We talked about dark pools. You guys know what dark pools are. I have a video on dark pools on my YouTube as well. If you guys don't know what dark pools are, essentially it's just movements that happen outside of the major exchanges. But that's what you want to watch for. Now, what I like to see is specific buying happening all throughout the day. So like if we look at United Airlines, there has been consistent purchasing all throughout the day and a really good setup. I really like that. Let's look at GM because this is really important, and I want to go over how we spotted General Motors and how this thing freaking broke out. Number one, there was an alert. Watch these alert logs. I'm telling you, don't just enter anything that happens, but watch these alert logs. The other thing is that if we look at GM, you can look at, this is today, but we're going to look at the historical. I'm sorry, that's not GM today. What am I doing? I was like, dude, what? That's all right. So this is GM today. Look at the freaking flow on this. Nothing but calls. Literally nothing but calls all day. A couple of puts. However, we need to go over how we saw this happening before it happened. So what you can do is go to the bottom here. You can hit historical. Now let's look at what this was doing from last Wednesday until today. All right, so last Wednesday, and then let's say through Monday. Now you can see here. So on 11/11, a lot of calls. Tons of calls coming in. And I'm not caring about these 115s. I like these 319 2021s, 618 2021s. A lot of money was coming into these calls. These ones are really nice. I like too. 617 2021. These are why I bought into GM. On 11/11, 219 2021. Most of these came in above the ask. Most of these came in as sweeps. And this, I believe, was one buyer or one bank. This big ass chunk of these purples that came in. Then the same day, look at all these calls that came in again on GM. Same strikes. And then, I mean, that right there is like $500,000. And then what happened? What was the catalyst today? that pushed GM. They're coming out with a commercial electric vehicle. So that was insider trading. That was somebody who knew, someone knew GM was going to come out with that news. They bought a shitload of calls and that's insider trading. That's illegal. But it's not illegal for us to see what illegal actions they're doing. Right? Flow trading is one of the most important things because let these people do the work for you. At the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you to sell or take profits or cut your loss. But at the end of the day, let them do the work for you. And like I said before, it's not like you're just going to buy any option that comes your way. You have to make sure it has good technical setup. You have to make sure that you're not buying in at a terrible price. Like if we look at Snow is setting up really, really well. However, let's go over here. Let's look at Snow. Snow was setting up perfectly, huge amount of calls. However, the day that I bought it, it was at $326 and I bought it and now I'm down 11%. I'm not down 11% because I averaged, but if not, I would have been down 11%. But let's say that Snow bounces and pumps 20%. Well, listen, I would have been shaken out and I could have lost $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on some options. So it's not about just buying whatever gets spit out from this thing. It's about entering it the perfect time and finding the best time. Selling their calls as in closing their call positions or shorting the stock. They're closing their call positions. So they're not like selling it like selling a call, like shorting it or selling a put. They're actually closing out their call positions. So when you see a call that says BB, that means they're just dumping it for whatever the fuck they can get money for. Sorry for all the cursing, guys. But they're just selling it for whatever someone will buy it for, which is a really bad sign. If we see purple and gold, lots of A's or AAs, it's a good sign to buy basically. Yes, and you want to see that the purple and gold A and AAs are for like a month out. That's going to show that it's for a swing trade. If you see a bunch that are for like next Friday or this Friday, they're probably day trades. You guys got any questions? I have to jump. Have a good evening. Peace, Jonathan. Have a good night, man. You guys got any questions? If not, we can hop off of this bad boy. Dude, I feel so stupid. You know, I've said I've had the worst tooth pain of my life this morning. It's been like that for like the past 4 days. And I thought I had a root canal. Dude, I had a big ass piece of popcorn kernel like stuck in my tooth for like 5 days. I don't know how it got there. And I like ripped it out earlier and now it feels great. How dumb is that? I've been sitting here thinking I need a root canal and I had popcorn kernel stuck in my teeth. It's not illegal to see what they're doing legally. Amazing. Root canals are the worst. Yeah, I feel you, man. But I don't think I need one. I think it was just popcorn kernel because now I feel good. Yeah, so I mean that's the truth, you know, like let them do the heavy lifting for you. Let big money do the heavy lifting for you. You know what I mean? And just, you know, it's not like follow blindly, but let them do the work for you, right? It's kind of like, why do you guys pay to be a part of this community, right? Yeah, like it's to be a part of the community, but it's also to let me do the heavy lifting for you. You know what I mean? Like if you could pay me, you know, $100 a month, but I'm calling out $1,000 a month worth plays that you're making $1,000 a month on. You know what I mean? There's no reason to not pay me the $100 if you're getting $900 in profit off of it. Let me do the hard work for you. You know what I mean? Kind of same thing with Black Box. Let Black Box do the hard work. But like I said, it's not it's not an end all be all. You still have to be a good trader. The other thing to realize too, these people are wrong a lot. They're not always right. Look at what happened with coronavirus. Imagine if you followed some guy getting like a ton of stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to end up working. And then they bought like, you know, you bought like $10,000 worth of calls because it was a high conviction and then the market died. In the Discord, is the Black Box real time or days later? It is 1 day behind. But like I said, if you're swing trading, who cares? Right? Like if you type flow and then like GM, you're going to see the flow from yesterday, 111. And you can see open interest, volume, premiums, calls, strike, what the strike was, what the price was, what the expiration was. You can see all of that. It's really, really good. The other thing too is I'm gonna start posting. I can get access to like all of the they post every day at Discord like a big Excel spreadsheet log. I'm gonna start posting that in the black box every day. They dump them, I forget, I think like 6 or 7 p.m. But I'll have to look that up. Dark pool data is. Any questions, guys and girls? If not, I'm gonna hop off and get some work done. Cook some food. All right, cool, guys. I hope this video helps. I hope this stream helps. Let me know what you guys want to go over next weekend. We can go over that. So flow, basically where you showed everything is in the middle, all calls. And so, yep, exactly. So that's what you're gonna be paying attention to. And I post the flow of like different trades that I'm watching within the trade sections too. So you can go see, if you go to the 4-hour setups on Discord and you look at FCX, that's one I just called out, you can see all of that info there. All right, cool, guys. Enjoy your day. Let me know. I wish they'd get on crypto. I mean, you can watch time and sales on crypto, but I still don't think it's the same. Ooh, Aurora Cannabis is setting up to make a big ass move. I might hit Aurora Cannabis tomorrow. Learned a lot, man, just today. Thanks. Yeah, always, guys. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Let's check the S&P 500 real quick. S&P 500 looking like we can get a nice push too. All right, guys. Enjoy your night. Take care. Peace.